Helen's laying down on the
Oh my
floor and we're
God.
like, can somebody get this woman some water?
Hai, saya Wan Muhammad daripada BuzzPopTV dan hari ini saya akan mewakili ZhafVlog untuk menemu ramah dua pelakon utama daripada movie SHAZAM 2 Fury of the Gods. So, pelakon tersebut adalah Lucy Liu dan juga Rachel Zegler. Masing-masing melakon watak Kalypso dan juga Athena dan mereka berdua ini merupakan anak kepada God Atlas dalam mitologi Greek yang akan ada dalam cerita SHAZAM nanti. So, tanpa buang masa, marilah kita menonton temu ramah saya bersama mereka berdua. Go!
Hi, Malaysia.
Hi! Okay, I'm Wan from ZhafVlog. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you, Juan.
How are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Really lovely to meet you guys. So, my first question, it's been heard that during the filming of SHAZAM 2, Helen and Lucy are having difficulty wearing heavy, hot, and uncomfortable costumes. Okay. What was your experience shooting SHAZAM 2? And how do you all overcome the challenges?
I loved it so much. I met some wonderful friends, and I admire them so much for different reasons because they just have such a wonderful, lovely energy. And I think sometimes when you work on a movie, you don't often have that. I mean, you get along with people, but to really gel like that was so special, especially during COVID. You know, it was really unexpected. The costumes were beautifully made and they literally molded to our bodies. But what we didn't realize after doing the fitting for 3 hours is that when you do when you're shooting a movie for like 10 hours, it's a very different feeling. So the weight of the costume itself was so heavy. I actually got a great workout. But it was not something I expected to deal with, and the cape itself was really heavy as well, and we weren't even necessarily using them to fly through the air like Superman.
No, they were just there.
It was there. Yeah, it was a different experience than we expected, but ultimately they looked fantastic, and that was the whole point. Yeah, we just, Helen and I and Rachel all had to gear up every day, just like emotionally and mentally to put the costume on and just keep it on, you know, and just be ready for it.
We were in Atlanta, Georgia in the middle of summer, which is no joke. That is
Oh
that
my
is
God.
very, very warm. And I remember there were a couple of
yeah.
days we were just like on hot pavement and like Helen's laying down on the floor and we're
God.
like, can somebody get this woman some water?
Put a shade on
Yeah,
her.
give her an umbrella, please. So it was but it was, I mean, such an incredible, just to echo what Lucy's already said, it's just an incredible group of people and people who just know how to have fun, like genuine, good-hearted fun. And that's exactly what is, I think, displayed in the film. It's like we're all really having such a good time.
Awesome. Okay. I think that's the first step for you to become a superhero, right?
I guess
I mean, you guys are super
I guess
villain.
we're
Yeah.
real life superheroes now.
We're
Yeah.
goddesses. Well, in a funny way, we actually have never. We're not superheroes. We're goddesses. So we're kind of in a separate world, which is kind of cool because it's historic and
But we still get
mythological.
capes. We still
We
have
still
capes.
have the capes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, as a DC comic fan here, I'm really intrigued on the introduction of non-existing new characters, such as the Daughters of Atlas in SHAZAM 2, and especially being played by these two beautiful ladies and also Helen Mirren. So considering they doesn't exist in the DC comic, do you have a lot of freedom to explore the character, or you need to follow some of the director David F. Sandberg to interpret the characters?
I think it was like a healthy collaboration, I think, with everybody involved because I think we all kind of felt, I mean, at least I did. I don't want to speak for everybody, but when you're walking into a role like this and you know it's going to be so important to DC comic fans like yourself, you don't want to mess with it. You're like, these people will come at me if I, you know? So it was a lot of conversations with Henry Gayden, who wrote our script, and David, who directed, and also with Peter Safran. And they're cultivating such a beautiful new era for DC, and the fact that we were able to be a part of something so long ago and that it's being introduced now, these characters may be, you know, they might have a life somewhere else. We don't really know. But that was why the guidance from our leaders was so important, and also conversations with each other about our relationship dynamics and with the cast from the first film to kind of see how they felt about it as well.
Yeah, agreed. I think that they gave us a lot of creative liberty. And I think in some ways the costume also dictated a little bit of how they were going to be presented. And I think that Kalypso, you know, because she's a goddess and she comes from another world, she didn't have to have the colloquial language, let's say, that Rachel's character had to have, which she was trying to, you know, interplay with, getting information and going to the high school. So we kind of separated and had a different world, kind of, even within our three sisterhood interplay. Yeah. So it was nice to be able to talk to Henry about that, and David had a very clear idea. And I think if David feels strongly against something, he will say something.
Yeah, then it's
like done. Yeah. If David says something, that means it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately, times are, very jealous for us. So maybe I will see you guys in the theaters or maybe in real life soon.
Yes, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Lucy Liu.
Sebagai seorang kaki komik, adakah kau tekilan yang kau punya villain 3 orang tu, Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren dengan Rachel Zegler, tak pernah ada dalam komik? Dan itulah. Dan pendapat kau, mana satu favourite kau antara 3? Silakan.
Itulah, villain tu maybe tak dalam komik sebab SHAZAM punya villain sebenarnya rogue villain gallery dia ramai juga. But then dia tak guna yang biasa, macam nama one dia dah guna Dr. Sivana semua. So akhirnya dia ada guna dia punya villain. So bila tak ada tu mungkin dia maybe nak try something new lah, ataupun dia nak buat connection dengan maybe the next installment, maybe James Gunn punya ke, aku tak sure. But then okay lah, acceptable lah, sebab logik juga, sebab SHAZAM ada kena dengan Greek God so villain tu semua ada kena. So kalau antara 3 orang tu, aku rasa aku suka yang paling tua kot, yang paling tua tu. Bukan Kalypso tu Lucy Liu.
Oh, Helen
Mirren apa watak dia? Hespera. Nampaklah nenek-nenek sikit.
I can accept yang the villains are not in the comics, not from the comics, tapi it just feels like they randomly slap Greek gods into the film when we know the first movie dah tease another villain in the post credits, Mr. Mind. So ulat yang dalam post credits yang first movie kan, nama dia Mr. Mind. Sepatutnya next to Dr. Sivana, he's one of dia punya iconic villain. So dulu, I mean a few years back, I thought maybe second movie ni ada Mr. Mind will be a big part of the movie, but I mean tengok dia ambil random villains mana. I think the second one tu nak troll fans lebih. Sebab if you're a fan of the first credits or the first movie, then dia ada kaitan sikit lah. I mean I can't spoil, tapi it's more of a trolling post credits, the second one.
Sekiranya anda enjoy menonton video ini, jangan lupa untuk like, share dan subscribe kepada BuzzPopTV untuk lebih banyak video-video yang berkaitan dengan pop culture daripada komik, TV, filem, mainan dan juga banyak lagi. Majulah fandom untuk negara.